Hello, good morning. It may not be morning when you're watching this, but it is morning for me. Today is day 7, week 3 of cosmetology school. And when you live in Los Angeles or Los Angeles County, I'm sure most towns are like this because I felt like it was like this in Atlanta too. When you have to be somewhere in the morning, like during regular business hours, like when you've got to be somewhere at 9 or 8:30, you have to keep your eyes on the GPS the entire time you're getting ready. Like from the moment you wake up, I think the Waze app sends you like notifications. My husband uses the Waze app, but I'm so annoyed with that app, so I stopped using it. But a part of me feels like I need to start again because it'll keep sending you like notifications, I think, when it's time to leave. It'll let you know if traffic is picking up. But if you do not keep your eyes on that GPS, it will catch you off guard. You will wake up and the ride will be an hour. After you're brushing your teeth, the ride will be an hour 15. After you've had breakfast, the ride will be an hour and 30. So that's what I'm dealing with this morning. Right now it is projected to take an hour and 25 minutes to get to school today. Not happy about that at all. I really don't like driving. I don't really like driving. I don't like being on the road. I don't like the uncertainty of travel. I don't really like planes either. I just get on them because it's the quickest way to get to a certain place. But I would prefer not getting on a plane. Turbulence does not sit well with me. Anytime there's even a little bit of turbulence, I am like my stomach is tight and I'm just asking God, like, is this it? Is this how we going out? It's just where my mind goes, to the darkest place possible. And traffic feels that way a little bit too. There's random people on the road, people doing random stuff, just being random. And now you're in a collision for some odd reason. Or just stuck in traffic because someone else got into a collision. Now you're in bumper-to-bumper traffic for an hour and a half. So I don't typically enjoy driving. But for the next 7 months, I am going to commit to this. So I'm accepting what comes with it, and it's only 3 days a week in person as opposed to some schools are 5 days a week, 9 to 5. So, there's going to be positives and negatives with every experience. That's just life. This weekend was eventful. I was pretty busy. I did 5 retightenings this weekend. I took Halloween off to take my little one trick-or-treating. We went to one of the rich neighborhoods to get the big candy bars. And we had him dressed up as Buzz Lightyear. He was so cute. He was so cute. And you could tell he was really having fun. Just being able to take the candy out of the box and put it into another box. I just think that was exciting for him. We didn't let him eat any of the candy though. None of the candy is 1-year-old safe. So we just let him enjoy dressing up and giving us the candy because we ate it. And yes, retightenings this weekend. One thing I don't know if they're going to teach us this in school, but one thing that I haven't been taught completely yet. My grandmother told me a little bit about this, but rest and recovery after doing hair. No one tells you that doing hair is such a physical tax on your body. And especially when you're doing like box braids. You're doing braids for like 5, 6, 7, sometimes 8 hours, and girls want to pay $150 for it. And it's like, you don't understand that I might have to take tomorrow off because my fingers are cramping, my wrist has been bent all types of directions, my feet hurt, my back hurt. And it's not just about age or stamina. It really is a physical toll on your body. And most people think you're just standing there braiding, but no, like, you're just about every muscle in your body is being used, whether it's to hold yourself up, whether it's having good posture, because if you slouch, your back will start to hurt, whether it's keeping your fingers at a particular speed, because if you move too slow, now you're there all day. But because I'm doing class during the week, I've moved, my appointments have been condensed. And I am now, instead of doing, let's say, 2 retightenings a day, some days I'm doing 3. I wouldn't squeeze in 4. I've done 4 in a day before, but that's just under extreme circumstances where I'm like, I'm just gonna force myself to do it. Because each retightening takes about 3 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, but usually 3 hours is like the hot spot for me personally. Some girls take 4, some girls take 5, some get it done in 2. But me, I would say 3 hours is the hot spot. If she comes in at exactly 5 weeks, 2.5 hours. But most girls push it to 6, 7, 8. Y'all know who you are. And it takes 3 hours. So that's already a 9-hour work day. And Saturday I did 3 retightenings, and they all took 3 hours. And then Sunday I did 2 retightenings, and that totaled to about 5.5 hours. By the end of Sunday night, my wrist was aching, because when you're retightening sister locks, you're interlocking, you're bending your wrist this way, that way, that way. It's that constantly. And my wrist right here was aching. And they don't tell you about the rest and recovery process of being a hairstylist, getting massages, soaking your hands in warm water and Epsom salt. And I need to do better at that. I don't do it as much as I should, or at all sometimes. I tend to only do it during, like, after I've had a long day, like if I'm doing like box braids and that takes all day, or some girl wants like micro braids or sister lock establishments. I'll definitely do it after then because I can feel it, or I just won't have any appointments for the next day. But rest and recovery is definitely vital, because hairstylists, I think we can get into the motion of just doing, and having 6 girls on the schedule for the day, and we haven't even scheduled in lunch, we haven't even scheduled in just a break, just a 30-minute break, and next thing you know, you've done that 6 days in a row. So yeah, that was one of the reasons why I think I didn't want doing hair to be my career, because when I was doing it in college, that's how I was making money in college, and it just was exhausting to me. And I remember just thinking, I don't want to do this. I don't want to. My body hurts. My fingers hurt. At that point, my fingers started to cramp up, and I realized I wasn't drinking water. Like, I would go, especially when I'm doing hair, sometimes I don't want to drink, I don't want to eat until I take a break, because I don't want to have to keep going back and forth to the bathroom. And we know drinking water just makes you have to go. But my fingers would start to cramp up in the middle of doing someone's hair, and I would have to drink water. And it got to a point where I was like, I have to drink water. Even if I have to go to the bathroom, I have to. Every 30 minutes or so, I have to take a sip, because my body is becoming dehydrated in the process of exerting so much energy. And nobody tells you about that. No one tells you about that. So yeah, I'm telling you, because I'm telling myself right now after the weekend I had. So they sent out the syllabus for the month. This month is November, so there is Thanksgiving. We have Thanksgiving off. But this month, I really appreciate that they sent this, because it kind of lets me know what we're going to be talking about this month or learning. Today we're going over Russian manicures. And then tomorrow we're going over pedicures, I think. So pretty much this month is nails. And then Thursday, I believe we're going over gel polish application. And then next week, we're going to be doing gel X nails, officially the lesson. And then pretty much gel X nails next week and the application and all that stuff. Week 3, we are doing relaxers. So we're transitioning to that. And then week 4, we're doing perms. So if you're a black girl, you know we call perms relaxers and relaxers perms. And I'm assuming that for the sake of cosmetology school and terminology, that perm is curling, the permanent curl, and relaxers is permanent straight. So that'll be exciting. We'll obviously discuss all those things. My FAFSA was approved, so I should be getting my kit this week, which is amazing. I'm ready for that. Because I pretty much maxed out on my Pell Grant, getting my bachelor's degree in finance, which I am still grateful for. Sometimes I wish I would have just done the cosmetology thing earlier, but I am grateful that I went to business school and got a bachelor's in business, because I feel like that has definitely helped me as an entrepreneur and as a businesswoman. And I feel like I definitely learned a lot in college. So I'm not going to knock that experience. But they took all my Pell Grant money, so cosmetology school is being paid with student loans. But so that went through. So hopefully I should be getting my kit this week, and we will do a unboxing once I get it, and you'll be able to see all the goodies that I got. I heard it's a lot of stuff, so I love stuff. So yeah, that's all I have for the morning. I have about an hour left in traffic, so I'm going to do something productive, like listen to a podcast and just set the tone for the week. Catch you later. Hello. That is a wrap on day 7, week 3, the beginning of week 3. It is Tuesday, November 3rd. November 4th. I'm just stalling right now for a minute while I figure out traffic. But today was a very active day. Today we went over Russian manicures, also known as the waterless manicure. So we're getting into nails. I was able to get my nails done today. A hard gel application that the manicure student performed on me, and luckily she talked me through every step, so that it was kind of like a refresher. Like I said, I don't have my kit, so I'm not able to do fully everything, but it was fine. It was fine to get my nails done and to just observe from the standpoint of learning, because most times when I'm getting my nails done, I am not like watching her every step. I am on my phone or listening to a podcast or just doing something else. So she talked me through every step, and we pretty much that was my entire day. Started the class in the books as usual, going over the steps, the steps that we should follow when not just doing a manicure, but any type of nail application. So we went over the pre-service steps, the service steps, and the post-service steps. We spoke heavily about sanitation and disinfection, cleanliness, and proper sterilization of our tools, making sure that we are not cross-contaminating our tools, and that we are washing our hands, especially before manicures, asking the client to wash their hands, and just proper just cleanliness. Not reusing certain tools on a client's hair, always client's hair, client's nails. For instance, the drill set that the manicurist used on my nails was a fresh set. She took it out of a sterile pack. And they stressed sanitation and just cleanliness. I'd say probably more today than any other day. I think she just wanted to hone in on that. And I appreciate that, because when you get your hair done at home or in the hood, you just using any type of comb, any type of brush. You don't know when that brush was last cleaned. You don't know. One question they asked, the book had a series of questions in the Milady book that I found interesting. And they asked questions like, when's the last time you cleaned your personal comb? When's the last time you cleaned your personal brush? When's the last time you replaced your toothbrush? When's the last time you cleaned your bathroom or mopped your floor? And things like cleaning your bathroom, mopping your floor, those are things that you're just kind of innately doing because it's something you visibly see on a consistent basis. But when it does come to your comb, a lot of times when it's your personal comb, you might just pull the hair out, you might rinse it underwater, and then eventually you just buy another one. But you don't think to wash it with soap and water and then soak it in barbicide for 10 minutes. Like you're not thinking about that. But I think the more cleanliness you have in your personal life, the more cleanliness you'll have in your professional life. So it did just make me think deeper about it. Like I'm definitely sterile with the combs I use on my clients, because I have some clients that have extreme dandruff. So I don't want to be reusing combs and cross-contaminating those type of things. So I always use a fresh set of combs for each head, and then at the end of the day I wash them off. But it made me think, when's the last time I cleaned my comb? Like the comb I use for my own head. Because I use the same comb every day, and I'm like, I haven't replaced my comb in God knows how long. It's my favorite comb. But now I'm like, okay, if I want to replace it or just, do a deep clean on it. But it does just start to make you think more about your personal life and how clean you're keeping your personal hygiene products. Like I replace my makeup brushes pretty consistently and clean them pretty consistently. But little things like your hairbrush, people might not think is something you need to replace or do a deep cleaning on. So I found today very educational. I felt a little sluggish today. I feel a little sluggish now. I went to bed later than I wanted to last night, and I think I had more energy this morning, and then halfway through class I just was tired. Maybe it was all the information, because we went from sanitation and to nails, and I was like, this is a lot of information to be taking in. But overall today was a success. Every day is a success, and we got through it all. And I feel like that's it. There was nothing much more to recap. It's going to be a week of nails, so I'm sure I'll have more to say tomorrow I'm not sure what we're doing tomorrow. I have the schedule. I'm going to put the calendar up just so you guys can see kind of how they have the schedule organized week by week. And we'll go from there. I think I'm going to go take a nap. I'm tired. All right. Bye.